This video is sponsored by Fiverr.
These are the best services that can help you get more book sales. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, my name is Sean, and I've built and sold a 7-figure publishing business, and now I'm building my second KDP account. So if you want no BS publishing advice from someone who's actually doing it, then make sure to subscribe. And if you want a completely free training on how I built a 7-figure publishing business, then the link to the free training is in the description below. All right, so in this video, I want to show you some Fiverr gigs that I personally use myself, and I've found to be very, very useful in saving me time as well as money in the long run by being able to produce a book that is higher quality compared to if I would have made the book myself. So I think in my lifetime of publishing over 7 years, I believe I spent close to $40,000 searching and trying out different gigs on Fiverr and ended up with finding these ones that I'm going to share with you today. So I want to start off with this quote, which is, "You're either paying with time or money, but you're paying either way." And another one by Andrew Carnegie: "No person will make a great business who wants to do it all himself or get all the credit." Basically, if you want to grow your business and make KDP as passive as possible, you have to learn how to outsource tasks that you're not really good at. The beauty of KDP is that a lot of tasks you can do it yourself to save money in the beginning, and often you can outsource a lot of tasks in your KDP business for very, very low cost. Over my career, I probably spent over $40,000 outsourcing different services on Fiverr, and in return, I've made well over $1 million. So these are the most useful Fiverr gigs that can help you get more book sales. All right, let's start off with the book cover design gigs. So people do judge a book by its cover, and it's literally one of the most important steps in your publishing process. So I highly recommend you outsource a book cover if you're not a graphic designer yourself. The good news is having a quality book cover made by a professional is actually a lot cheaper than you think. This gig right here by Emmy Main will be more so for low content books, but if you have low content books, you can literally outsource it for just $5. If you get the premium option, you can get 6 book covers for $25, so that is less than $5 a piece, which is the most cost efficient gig that I found on Fiverr. And the covers are very, very high quality as well. The next one is by German Creative, and you can see how popular this gig is, but there's a reason for it because it's really good. So you can see this is more so. So German Creative is more so for fiction or non-fiction books if you are creating those. And the ebook cover is $10. I recommend you get the premium package because often the quality is better on this one. So I usually pay for that, which is $30. And the last one is Rifi and Man. I like to recommend him pretty much in every single one of my videos because he's one of the best gigs to outsource low and medium content book designs. He creates a cover and an interior as well for just $35 for a no content book. And if you do it in medium content or low content, then it'll go up slightly. And I'll leave a link to all these gigs in the description if you guys want to check it out. So the next one is book interior. If you're looking to create low and medium content books, you can actually outsource this book creation process rather than making it yourself to speed up the process. If you're doing high content books, personally, I haven't found a good ghostwriter on Fiverr, so I wouldn't recommend Fiverr for that, but it can be good for low and medium content. Once again, Rifi and Man, not only he makes the book cover, but also the interior as well, so I really recommend this gig if you're trying to create a low and medium content book, but you don't want to do it yourself. And there's another one by CGD Moon, and this person will create a activity book interior design such as these books, so you can see that the quality is pretty good. All right, so the next task you can outsource is book formatting. So book formatting is one of those tasks that is pretty easy to do yourself, but it's actually very cheap to outsource as well. So if you're being a smart entrepreneur, if you're valuing your time, then you probably should outsource this. Poor formatting leads to negative reviews, so you want to make sure you get this right. So one of the gigs I like to use for formatting is Alim02, and he does an excellent job with book formatting, and he is very cost efficient. It is only $25 to format a book up to 15K words. And the other option you can use is Smon97, and pretty much the same thing, format the book, $25 for 15K and $40 for 30K words. Next is A+ content. An attractive A+ content increases the conversion rate, meaning the chances of making a sale once people land to the product page. Now, this is a bit more expensive to outsource. I've definitely outsourced this process, but it's a little more pricey, so you can choose to do it yourself, such as on Canva, or if you have the money to outsource, then you can definitely use these gigs. So the first one is more so a budget option, which is from WeDo. And he will design A+ content. You can see that the quality is pretty decent. Maybe not the best, but you know, it's good enough to use and outsource, especially like something like this is pretty good. So you can get a 5-module A+ content for just $30. And if you want something a little more of a premium service for A+ content, then you can use Carlo B. Okay, And this gig is actually very high quality when it comes to A+ content. It's just going to be a little more expensive. So you can see that you can get a $75 option as well as a $140 option. Personally, I've tested all three different price points and I don't really see a difference in quality. It's just the different types of A+ content that you get. So honestly, I think you can just go with the basic plan, but you want to message them before ordering to make sure that you know which plan is best for your book. So the next services you can outsource is book marketing. Now, generally, I recommend you just focus on Amazon ads because that is where you get the most results. But some book promo sites that you can find on Fiverr is actually pretty decent. Some of them work for me, so I think it's worth a try for you too. So the first one is BK Nights. BK Nights has been around for a very long time, and it's one of the most cost-efficient promo sites that you can use. You can see that he's super popular and you know getting orders constantly. But just for $5, he will promote your book to 4,800 readers on his websites. So for you to make your money back, all you really need is 1 to 2 sales, and this service will be worth it. The next one is Joe Books, and I actually made a separate video testing out a bunch of different Fiverr book promotion gigs. So you guys can go and check that out and see how well Joe Books did. But I got about, I think, 1,000 clicks just by using this gig and a bunch of sales from this as well. So he'll basically promote your book on his website. The most expensive one is $35 and his website actually has good traffic. So this is how a lot of Fiverr gigs that does something similar tricks you, is that they'll tell you that, hey, I will promote your book on our website, and their website gets absolutely no viewers at all, so you get no exposure to your book. But Joe Books actually has decent traffic, and that is why I think it's pretty worth it to test it out. And the last one is Annalise, and Annalise is the only TikTok promotion gig that I was able to find on Fiverr that was good. And for $10 up to $50, depending on the plan that you choose, she will promote your book on TikTok. And we all know that TikTok slash book talk trend is kind of picking up over there. So TikTok is actually really good for book promotions, and she will help you do that. So it doesn't really work for all niches. I think the book promotion gigs work really well, especially for nonfiction or fiction books. But if you got low and medium content books, you can test it out, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work as well. So next is converting your book covers to other formats. So if you're outsourcing your book cover, and let's say you order just the ebook cover, and now you ask them to turn that ebook cover into a paperback or ACX audiobook cover, oftentimes they will charge you a really high price for such a simple conversion. You can literally get your ebook cover converted into paperback or ACX cover for just $5 to $10, and oftentimes these cover designers will ask for $50 to $100 just to get you the paperback version. You don't have to pay for that. So by using these gigs for these conversions, you can save a lot of money. You can convert the cover to paperback, Ingramspark, hardcover, and audiobook as well. So the first one is Vector.dot, and Vector.dot is really good if you want to fix something on your book cover as well, because he can modify the book cover design, as well as he will convert the cover to other formats for $10. The next one is Arcade Design. I've been using Arcade Design pretty much ever since I started, as well as Vector.dot too. But for $5, he will convert your book cover into a paperback version, and he has another gig for the audiobook version as well. Next is creating 3D box sets. This will be useful when you create a bundle book, because I noticed that for the ebook version, you can use a 3D box set type of cover design, and I noticed that that sells better compared to a 2D cover design. You can easily convert your ebook cover into a box set cover with these gigs. So this gig, Donna J Effect, will convert your ebook cover into up to 6-item bundle for just $5. You can see that this is the kind of box set design that I'm talking about, and you can actually use this as your book cover design just for the ebook. You cannot do this for paperback or audio, but for ebook you can, and I noticed that it sells a lot better with this look rather than the 2D look. Next gig you can outsource is logo design. Now, you don't really need a logo for your KDP business, but I like to actually use my logo design for my author image, especially if I'm using a pen name or a brand name. And Fiverr is one of the easiest and cheapest place to get a logo made. So all you really have to do is go to Fiverr and search for logo design. But this gig, as an example, will create a minimalistic logo for you. This is pretty much all you need. You don't need anything fancy for your KDP business. Nobody really looks at the logo. It's just, it's nice to have it there in the author image. But you can get it done for just $10. The next one is landing page designs. So when you start building your email list, you will need to create a landing page, which is the page where people land and put their name and email to subscribe to your email list. Now you can actually hire someone to do it for you because this is kind of a complicated step to design the landing page. You can definitely do it yourself, but it's much better if you can have someone do it for you. And it's important to have a nice looking landing page so that you can get as many people wanting to subscribe to your email list and you can build your email list faster. Now I use Aweber for my autoresponder, and you can create a landing page directly within Aweber without using any other softwares. And you can do the same with other email marketing tools like ConvertKit, ActiveCampaign, whatever you use. So this gig on Fiverr, Sales Hero, I used him for my business as well. And he's really good because he can create these really well designed landing page for you just within Aweber or whatever tool you use. And it definitely will increase conversions. And the last gig you can outsource is Amazon ads. Now, these services that I'm about to show you is not a Fiverr gig because I was not able to find a good Amazon ads service on Fiverr. I think a lot of them are overpriced and I don't think they're really that good. But I noticed that a lot of people need help with Amazon ads, so I wanted to share these services in this video as an option for you guys to outsource if you choose to. So the first one is Azdroid. I talked about this service a couple times in the past. Azdroid is good if you have a portfolio book, so if you're more of an established publisher, because they charge a set fee rather than charging per book. So it's just more worth it in terms of cost if you have a bunch of books you can outsource to them rather than just one book. Now I'll leave a link to Azdroid and all the other services in the description as well, but just a heads up that Azdroid is currently not accepting new clients. They're booked up, but there is a wait list that you can sign up on the website. Now if you're just getting started and you don't have a ton of books to outsource, then this next service is better because you pay them on a per book basis, although they do have a minimum charge of $550 a month, so you would probably want at least 4 books to outsource to them. But that's fine because if you have less than 4 books, I highly recommend you do the ads yourself and learn the process before you start outsourcing. So in conclusion, in the beginning phase, when you don't have a ton of money to invest in a business, you definitely should be doing everything yourself to save money and grow this business cost efficiently. But as you grow your business, you start making more money. You want to take that and reinvest into your team, building systems and outsourcing more tasks so that it opens up more time for you and you can focus more on the bigger picture. Usually that is keyword research, coming up with new marketing ideas, and just building your overall brand. And the smaller stuff like formatting, Amazon ads, book cover design, you should be outsourcing those. That is how you truly scale a KDP business. And with that being said, hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, all the resources mentioned in this video is in the description below, as well as the free step-by-step training on how I built a 7-figure publishing business. If you guys want to check that out, it's also in the description. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys in the next video.